second, my, 1 second. Um, 1 second. Oh, I gotta fix this. Oh. I have to hold it. 1 second. I'm trying to hold on a second. I'm trying to put this on a stand. Hold on. One second. Little problem. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Technical problem. Technical problem. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Technical problem, guys. Oh, I was getting ready to bed, and I said, let me get on here for a minute. Cold. I was getting ready for bed. I'm like, let me get on here. And then my thing died once. Let me get my phone. Okay. Yeah, I gotta see, because this, sorry, technical problem. Technical problem. As you can see, where I am, still here. Nothing has changed. Okay. 1 second. So nothing, I say, hey, welcome. Who here? Who is here? Who is here? Oh, salam alaikum. Loopsy, always, always. You always here. Thank you for that. Oh, I was getting ready for bed. I was watching, oh my God, I was watching the news tonight, and there's a hurricane coming down the Caribbean island, heading towards Miami. I hope not. I think it says called Umberto, but you know. Well, I'm cool now because I'm still in a hotel. Still there. I went home yesterday. Not yesterday, today. Early on, because, you know, I want to just be seen, you know. I mean, my neighborhood is quiet, but still, you never know. And as I came back to the hotel and I look down on the floor, guess what was in here? A lizard. I think it came in when I opened the door. $3.99. Thank you. But yeah, but I was here, and my neighbor, the person next door, they are extremely loud. They are very loud. I can hear them. I don't know if they're arguing, but they're speaking very loud. Hmm? I hope no fights or something break out or anything like that. I know. It's so. Uh, can you guys hear them? Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear them, but they're pretty loud. But anyway. But as far as what I understand, oh, you can hear them? Oh, wow. That's pretty bad. I don't know if they're fighting or just loud. Anyway, not my business. Yeah, they, uh-huh. So I'm just gonna drink my orange juice and mind my business. That's all I can do. But yeah, so it looked like a hurricane is coming through. I hope it just don't touch Florida or anybody anywhere else. But it says that it's going to be about 50 miles wind, 50 miles an hour. That's not as strong as Milton when Milton came through, but still, 50 miles an hour is pretty. That's a good wind. Hi, Hunter. Welcome. Yeah, but I see the thing is, I am kind of checking it out because I don't know if I should move my furniture out of the screen room. That's a big job. And not everything can fit in my living room, so I may have to put a few things in the garage. I hope I don't have to do that, 'cause that is, and then move all my plants. Oh God. Mm-mm-mm. I hope I don't have to do that. Yeah, but I can cover it. But if the wind is strong enough, it will move. Hi, Miguel Castro. If the wind is strong enough, it will move. It would move things. And the thing, what I'm worried about is that it may move and lift. I don't know if 50 miles an hour wind is strong enough to move things. But I know with Milton, like I told you guys yesterday, when Milton hit Florida, I mean Orlando, it lifted my neighbor trampoline and took it a street over. So I mean that was like 100 miles or something like that wind. That was pretty strong. But and it knocked a lot of fence. I didn't thank God. I had my first contractor that was giving me the runaround. I know those of you that have been here a while, you know the whole problem with the first one. And he was supposed to put the fence, and he didn't do it. And then Milton hit, and I'm like, thank God I did not have my fence then. Yeah, I know it's strong enough to move furniture, but so thank goodness I did not have my fence when Milton hit, because the following day I was driving, just looking at the damage, and all of the fence were down. All the fence was down. So if it's if it's strong enough, it can move the furniture, probably lift it up and you know go through the fence and go someplace else. So I'm gonna be watching the weather to see what kind of wind we're having, and like I said, I don't know if 50 miles wind would actually move it, but I don't know. I'm gonna be watching. If anything, at least I'm gonna move the plants because that could be a mess. They could, even if, yeah. I hope I don't have to do that, but I'm gonna be watching the weather and see, you know, what's going on. I just wish this tornado hurricane season will be over soon. I think it's over in November, I think. I hope. Hi, Casey. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Savvy, what? Roblox. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so I only hope June, November. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have, what is this? Another month to go. Oh, well, I hope nothing, other than rain happen. But we'll see. And just, you know, we'll just have to watch it. And if push comes to shove, I have to move it. I have to move it. I remember my contractor that did the fence told me that if in case we have like a strong like Milton was to cut the screen, and I like, what, cut the screen? But I know the contractor that did the fence told me to open up the door, the fence door, to open the door so the wind can pass through. But I only have one door. Let me see what is. Yeah, that's it. But I only have one door, one fence door. So, and I wasn't in good terms with that contractor. You remember that one who was lying to me? He's the one that did the fence. So I'm hoping I don't have to. It doesn't matter anyway, now that I think about it, because anything happened to the fence that is, their fault, they will do it. But if it's concerning weather, they are not honoring that, I would have to pay to fix it. So I don't have to call him. Anybody else can fix it. Maybe my contractor that did the screen, he can probably fix it because I'm not calling the first guy. But anyway, that's the only thing. But all the states have their own little issues. Like California and their earthquake and mudslide, and I don't know how people build their homes on top of a hill and then watch it come down. And then New York with their storm, their snowstorm, and all states have their issue. Georgia, Georgia have pretty similar to Orlando. They have, tornadoes and stuff like that. So anyway, but it is what it is. We'll just roll in. Here is a weekend. Oh, I booked this hotel until the end of the month. I check out the first, October 1st. And that's the end of the $1,200. That's the end of the $1,200 that was, that they grant me for accommodation. So I have a kitchen. This is like a full, like an apartment, like a one bedroom apartment. So I go home and because little before I move out of there, I went grocery shopping. Remember, I went to the Navy Exchange. I went grocery shopping, so I just been bringing some of my groceries here and just cook, or I'll season it at home and get it ready and just throw it in the oven like that. Oh my God, that was so good. I have to do that again. I saw that was like trending on, I think it's Instagram and even YouTube. The what they call it, is I said baked cabbage, but I think they call it something else. I think they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but I what I did. Did you try it, Lucy? You said it was good. I I saw it was pretty simple. You just get a cabbage and you put some olive oil on it and you season the heck out of it and you just wrap it up. And now I don't use foil, but what I did was, because I use the paper that can go in the oven, but you can't wrap that. So I put the paper on and then I wrap the foil around and put it in the oven for 2 hours. That was so good. I season it at home because I have all my spices over there and I didn't want to. I mean, I brought something over here, but I didn't want to bring all my spices here. I don't want to, make it so difficult, not difficult, but make it too much for me to take home. Because every day I go home, I'll take my dirty clothes and I'll pick up, something else. I just want, like, when the first and the checkout is it's 10 o'clock on the first. That's the next thing. You check out at 10 o'clock, but you can't check in until 4. But I guess a lot of hotels are like that. Whether they do it, with this AC, I'm getting so tired about them because at this point, they have to fix it because it's in my contract. I feel like they was giving me the runaround. So I'm like, let me get the contract and read it. And I brought the contract here and I read the whole thing. They have to fix it. It says clearly on the contract, they either repair it or replace it every up to $10,000. Now, I don't think it's going to be a $10,000 fix or replace for that matter. But even if it's $10,000, even if it's 12,000, they have to pay 10 and I'll pay the 2. But they have to fix it. And if they don't fix it, I'm taking them to court. Period. Because I have a contract and it clearly state that. So I don't know what the delay is. They're looking for the person that actually fixing making the repair. They're looking for price and they're giving me a whole bunch of baloney. I don't know who's telling me the truth. Because when I call the people that are actually going to do the job, they tell me one thing, and then Cinch tell me something else. And the thing is, the October is because they check your hot water heater and your AC once a year. October they're supposed to come and check the hot water heater. So, and that they don't charge you for. That's like maintenance, just to make sure everything is going good. But see, the thing is, back in January, I had my AC check, and if they had checked it properly, they would have seen a problem because this problem didn't happen just overnight. This has been gradually happening. So it just that I did not recognize it. I thought it was me. Hi, Lindsay. I thought it was me, just, I don't know. But, they have to fix it. They don't, I'll see them in court. I don't know what they're hanging around. But but I don't know. We'll see. Coming the first, if it doesn't get fixed by the first, because I'm checking out, I'm not spending a dime for this hotel. I will be checking out of here. I'll just go ahead and get a unit, a window unit from uh, Home Depot, and just put it in my bedroom. I guess I will, I don't know, and see what happened. But I know that would just cool just the bedroom, which is fine. But, you know, but I have to fix it because when the weather gets cold, then what? I'm gonna be freezing? Mm-mm. It, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Yeah, it's amazing because they have no problem deducting that money out of my account. It's automatically they take it out every 15th of the month. They take out my $74.99. They take it out no problem. And whenever any repair, you have to pay the $150. I pay that too. So what's the problem? Do your part. I did mine. But these warranty, companies, sometimes they are, because I had two previous one and I had to let them go because I had one problem with a plumbing problem, and they told me they couldn't find anybody to go in my area, and I had to find someone and then pay them, and then they'll reimburse me. I didn't like that because that's not what they said. That they say that they will find someone and they will send them. But the guy that came and fixed it, he told me a lot of times it's not that they can't find anybody, it's nobody wants to work for that particular person. I don't know, because they don't pay them nothing. And plumbers make pretty good money, and they can make a lot of money elsewhere. They don't have to work for these people. I don't blame them. So I got rid of them. And then I have another one that straight up lied to me about a few things. I never had any repair with them, but I had other issues with them. I'm like, mm-mm. And the only reason I got Cinch is because Cinch came recommended by my mortgage company. I called them, by the way. And I spoke to one person. They were putting me through somebody else, but I had to go, so I just hang up. But uh-uh. But yeah. Yeah, yeah, you have to be careful with them. And don't even talk about homeowner insurance. I think they're the worst because you pay them, and if you have any repair, anything that happened to your house, and they have to fix it, they'll fix it and then they'll drop you. A lot of time they'll drop you, or they'll just jack up your price. So I don't know why you have insurance. I mean, it's crazy. And the thing about it with this insurance, because I have like for my car insurance, and they try to combine. You can get your car. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I have like my car insurance. I have it with USAA, and they're expensive. I'm not gonna lie, they are a little bit too expensive. But the good thing about them is that if you get in a car accident or anything, they will fix your car, and they will not, especially if it's not your fault. They will fix your car. They will do everything that they have to do, and they do it quick. And they do not raise your insurance because of your accident. But they're expensive. They are a little bit too expensive. Yeah. But what can we do? Hmm? I I did check one time with oh Geico. I don't know if they would, but a few years ago, not yeah, many years ago, uh, I was in a real. I think I told this story. I was in a really bad car accident. Like, this is many years ago. My kids were not even in the picture. They're not thought of. And I got in a car accident. Somebody hit me, totaled my car. I mean, it was bad. They had to cut the car to get me out, right? Everybody thought, okay, she's gone, but it wasn't my time. And people that saw the car thought I was either that I was gone or that I was, you know, paralyzed or something. But thank God I wasn't. I was in the hospital for a month. That's how serious it was. And it was Geico. So Geico, because the person that hit me run, and I was living in DC at the time, and I went to New York to visit my mom, and then I was going to visit my friend, a friend of mine's, because her mother-in-law, she's from Trinidad, and she made the time I was in vegan, she made the best kalulu. If you're from the islands, you know what that is. She made the best kalulu ever. So she told me, anytime you come into to New York, let me know and I'll make you kalulu. So I visit my mom and everything, and I was going to her house to have kalulu, and I had a great kalulu. I had a great sit down. I enjoy my kalulu. And when I was leaving, going back to my mom's house, that's when I was hit. And oh God, for 33 years. I don't like Geico. And so anyway, I had Geico, and they had to pay all the bills, and I mean it was expensive. I was in a hospital for 30 days, and then they dropped me. And then a few years after, I tried to get back on them, and they would not. They did not want anything to do with me. See, USAA don't do that. Um, have I been? I've been in one car accident. Remember a couple of years ago? No, well, that somebody rear-ended me and totaled my car. But here in Florida, I don't know if it's where, which I think is really silly. Even if somebody hit you, everybody, all your insurance fix your car, and their insurance fix their car, which is like what? Because I was like, she hit me, and they say, yeah, but we fix your. Well, they totaled my car, but her insurance fixed her car. I don't know. Yeah, they're expensive, but they're good. They're good in paying out. They don't hold back, and they do everything fast, and that's why I stay with them. But yeah, they are expensive, and I have full coverage. Well, I have to have full, but I always have full coverage, even when my car is, because I had a SUV, a big one, the big one. I still have a SUV, but I had a Ford not Excursion, the Expedition, and that's a big, and I had it for 13 years, and I had full coverage on it. I just, I don't know. I don't put, some people only once a car is so, a certain age, they'll just put collision or something, but I just kept my full coverage. And I sold that one. I turned it in and got something else. That was such a oh gosh. Like gas, I was like $80 back in the when I had it, like $80 to fill it up. It's crazy. Mm-mm. I won't have a car like that anywhere. Uh, yeah, this stuff is going. Oh, you know what? You guys like story time, so go. Let me give you a story time about that. Now, I don't know if I told you. I may have told you this before. I don't know. Like I said, I was living in DC, and I went to, as a matter of fact, the reason I went to visit my mom is because I just bought this car and I wanted her to see my new car. And I totaled it. But anyway, so I was in the hospital for a month, and after the hospital, I came back. I notified my job and everything, and I came back. I went back to DC in traction. I don't know if they do that anymore, but I had this thing that I wear up my waist up to my neck and just keep me like this. I was in traction for about 6 months and in physical therapy for a very long time. But anyway, so I had this neighbor of mine that he was like a mafioso. I told this story before. He was like a mafioso guy and everything. And I was going to get my mail, and he saw me like, "What happened to you?" And I was explaining, and he says, "Who did that?" I said, "Oh, these Italian guys, they hit me and then they claimed the car was stolen, but eyewitness say they saw it, but it didn't work, you know." So, hey, Becca. So anyway, so he said, "Do you know who they are?" I said, "No, I mean, they're on the paperwork that I got." And he was like, well, he was like a mafioso guy, right? Bad guy. And he goes like, "Give me their name. I'll look at the news." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" He said, give me their name and just watch the news." I'm like, "No, I'm not giving them your hell no, I'm not doing that. I got a conscience. I got to live with my no, no. I didn't do that." And then after that, I kind of got scared of him. But he never, I mean, he was always respectful to me, never disrespect me. But anyway, that's it. So yeah, I knew who they were, but they said it wasn't them and that somebody stole their car. But they'll never get away with it because there is a higher power that would judge them. So, but yeah, I had major, like, I had muscles where how did I say this? I would have spasm, right? Muscles I didn't even know I have. And it was horrible because I would be standing up and talking to somebody, and all of a sudden I'll get a spasm and I'm down in pain, rolling. Thank God I don't get that anymore. But it took for a long time, a lot of therapy. But yeah, it could have been worse because the way that car looked, I could have been gone. But it wasn't my time. Yeah. My son is calling me. Let me tell him I will call him later. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the story. But anyway, so I am hoping that all of this solutions, all of this come to an end soon. I went home yesterday. I mean, yes, I keep saying yesterday. Yesterday too, but I also went home today and checked my plants. You know what? I really have to buy that little thing that you stick in the dirt and they tell you if you need to put water, because I see the water is I touched the soil and it's damp. It's not dry. But I did water it yesterday. I didn't water it today because I don't want to kill it. But in spite of that, there are some of them, most of them are doing well. And I'm excited about that. You know, I haven't contact my Me too. Me too. I am so missing my home. I'm missing my kitchen. I miss everything. You know, I'm missing the quietness. Like last night when I was sleeping, I don't know who is in there, but they are noisy. And they woke me up. And I was like, what? And I'm listening, I'm like, are they fighting or something? But I don't think they're fighting. It don't sound like they're fighting, like they're having a party. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. But they were loud and they woke me up. And, I'm just gonna mind my business. Hopefully I'm out of here. I'm out of here the first anyway, because that money's gonna be over. So I'm checking out the first of the month. And it is what it is. Hey, Metro Lady, welcome. Yeah, but what else is new? I don't know what else is new because I'm so wrapped up in what's going on right now, and you know, mm-mm-mm. So, but the weekend is coming up. I'm gonna get out of this room for the weekend because I pretty much go home and then I come back here. But I'm gonna try and well, this week is gonna be hot. That's the next thing. It's gonna be like, for what I understand, it's gonna come back in the 90s. I hope not. Um, and it's gonna rain every day from Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah. It's gonna be 80. The highest is 89-degree tomorrow. That's hot. Is it hot like this where you guys are? Because my sister was telling me that it's gotten hot again in New York. Because she said she went out today to get a few things and it was so hot she felt like she won't pass out. She had to rush back home. So I don't know. I guess all these places are having this heat wave for some reason. Not only Florida, but other places. Hey, blessed girl, blessed Cody. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, it's hot in North Carolina too. Hmm. Wow. Yep. North Carolina. Yeah, I think all North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, I think they're going through that heat wave, you know, even New York. So, I don't know. But what can we do? Oh, hopefully it'll be so. I remember years ago when I lived in New York, after Labor Day, it will be cold. That was it. But not anymore. Global warning, I guess. Not anymore. Because, like, after Labor Day, that's it. Bring out the coat, the scarf, the gloves. But it's not like that anymore. Mm-mm. It's hot. Hmm. But yeah. But at least it's cool. I have it thermostat set at 74. And it's nice and cool in here. But yeah. But anyway, what time is it? Ooh, 12, 11:30. 11:30. Well, tomorrow is Saturday, so I guess, yeah, that's what it is, the humidity. Definitely. And this weekend is not going to be any better. It's going to, I said I was going to go out somewhere. I really wanted to go to Home Depot and get that spray paint. And I may do it tomorrow. But I don't know if I'm going to actually do the work because it is too hot. Too hot. It's like not comfortable. I remember last year, I mean, it was warm. And I remember last year when that park that I said that I like to go to, and I think I did, when I walk in that park, I did record it and say, show you guys how beautiful that park was. That was a summer, and it was warm, but it was not like this. It was not like this because I used to go there and walk all the time in the summer. I cannot go there. I went to that park. I just drove there just to see. It's hot. It's uncomfortable. So this year is definitely worse than last year. I could never go to that park and walk. And I went to that park and walk all the time and even watched the cricket game. If you guys that's been here around, you know, but I can't do that. Too much. Mm. What? But anyway, I am going to get off here, come back tomorrow. Um, I don't know what I'm going to try and do something tomorrow. Something indoor because outdoor is out of the question. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Always. Let's start again. This is going to go on. Thank you if they don't wake me up. I mean, this is kind of late for them to be so rowdy. Hopefully, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my headphone on with soft rain falling and put it on. Is that safe to do that? Sleep with your headphone? I won't put my headphone on with soft music. Maybe this way I don't hear them. Because they did wake me up last night. So I'm going to do that tonight. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for thumbs up the video. It's free 99. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I have better news. And I'm sorry about all this bad news. It's terrible. But hopefully I have something new to say, something uplifting. And thank you very much for being here. Thumbs up the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Sleep well. Bless code. Ice those knees. Ice them. Use that ice machine. See you guys. Bye. Good night.